p.m. this Wednesday, October 10th, 2018, here at City Hall Complex Council Chambers. I call it to order. Will you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Vice Mayor Rojas, would you please lead us on the...
Yes, sir, Mayor. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will you please remain standing for the invocation? We have Pastor Daniel Trevino from Zion Lighthouse Ministries. Will do us a blessing.
Thank you, Mayor, Councilman. It's an honor to be here tonight. I am also the chaplain and also presiding rabbi also in Tucson and Green Valley. Tonight, I just want to thank every one of you for giving me the opportunity, especially the Honorable Mayor. Tonight, once again, I thank you and I ask God's blessing upon each and every one of you. I have something that I want to share with you tonight. I was sharing with my colleague here, Kissinger, and it was put on my heart to write a poem for the city of Nogales, for the council here. I trust in the Lord that every one of you that that have come to this, to be seated in these seats here, that you have found the trust of the city of Nogales and the people here in Nogales, including myself. And on behalf of each one of you, I am very thankful, but also I want to share a thought that is in the heart of a lot of people here in Nogales. And this is a poem that I wrote, and it's called Growth for all of us here. It says, a farmhouse lingers, and nothing seems to square with the new street it has to wear. The people shout for change and growth, but the council seems to host. All you know is that there was once a walk-up where now sits a lot, vacant and rats in deep build-up. No one would know except for the ancient maps of how Nogales was once made. Let the city grow, break the bonds that have made Nogales abscond. This is where the city planners and the insane faces of political conspirators are scattered over and unsurveyed, concealed from each other, each in its own private utter. Place your heart on the needs of the community, not in the echoing garnish house. That immortal house alone, more than all the rolls of dwelling ever built. That little house alone, more than them all poor, desperate house. The people shout for change and growth, but the city council seems to host. Our children finish school, only to leave and find another pool. Nothing seems to grow, not even the Koreans who bestow. Failure is a penalty, not for having a vision to go to Berkeley. Success, on the other hand, is the award for getting rid of that I am bored. The road to success, Nogales needs a road to success. Do you have a vision? Do you have a mission? You need one even if it's inspired by revolution. Teddy Roosevelt was a man who had a reputation of being frank and direct. In the year 1900, a year before he entered the White House, he wrote these words: "No community is healthy where it is ever necessary to distinguish one politician from his fellow because he is honest. Moreover, it is not enough that a public official should be honest. No amount of honesty will avail if he is not also brave and wise. The weakling and the coward cannot save by honesty alone." Leadership requires two virtues that seem very simple until they become very inconvenient: honesty and courage. All of you have earned the right to be here today by winning the trust of the people of Nogales. But along with that honor comes a duty of humility, integrity, and public service. So let's settle our hearts for just one moment in prayer And I ask you to pray with me today as we bow our heads. God of justice and mercy, we thank you for the gift of life and the opportunity to serve the people of our city. Help us to act with character and conviction. Help us to listen and understand with goodwill. Help us to speak with charity and restraint. Give us a spirit of service. Remind us that we are stewards of your authority. Give us to be the leaders your people need. Help us to see humanity and dignity of those who disagree with us, and to treat all persons, no matter how weak or poor, Lord Jesus, with the reverence your creation deserves. And finally, Father, renew us with strength, with your presence, and the joy of helping to build this community, this Nogales, worthy of a human person. We ask all this, your sons and daughters, tonight here in this council, in the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. God bless you tonight.
Amen.
May God be with you in your decisions.
Thank you. Thank you, Rabbi, Pastor Reno. Thank you so much for your blessing.
Thank you.
We'll now go to call to the public. Do we have any call to the public? I have one here. Okay. We have Mr. Hector M. Preto. If you would like to step up to the podium and state your name and address and speak to us freely.
Before I hop onto the podium, I would love to pass these out
Oh, sure.
as I'm talking.
Okay. Good. How are you? Thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you. How you doing?
Hi, good. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Hector Treto. I was born and raised here from Nogales, and after graduating and going to college and coming back after 15 years, I'm really excited and passionate to be involved in my community. I was hired on as an AmeriCorps Vista, and I'm serving with the Nogales Community Development. And I'm really excited about what they're doing and the projects that I'll be working on, which the pamphlet that you have right now is the Vote Your Main Street project. And it's to bring positive light to Nogales on a national scale. It's a national campaign put on by American Express and the National Geographic with the U.S. Historic Preservation. And what it is basically, Nogales was one of the 20 finalist cities selected across the country. It's the only one in Arizona. It's the only one alongside the border of the United States. And it's about creating a sense of community, at least for me, and bringing this project back, because what it's going to help us do, or at least the Nogales Community Development, is they own the old Foxworth Lumberyard, which it's already going on its 100-year anniversary from when it was first built. And what it's going to do is create a center for an incubator to help bring more entrepreneurship, more businesses, more jobs, to really help develop the economy of Nogales and to start revitalizing a little more with the downtown Nogales. And so what it is, it's a national competition that started September 24th, and it goes all the way to the 26th of October. And my call to action to really get the support behind the city of Nogales is we need the community to come together to vote every day. It's very easy to sign up. It takes about 5 minutes, and you can either sign up through Facebook or sign up with an email, and you have 5 votes every single day to put towards Nogales and the Foxworth Lumberyard. And so it's really to create awareness and any support that I can get behind the city of Nogales or anybody here at this meeting today, I would really greatly appreciate it. I'm very thankful for the opportunity to present this program, and I think it's something that would really create something exciting for the future. So.
can vote at one time 5 times.
Yeah, at what time you log in one time, you can put all your 5 votes for Nogales every single day. Any questions?
And if you have another, like if you have another address for another computer.
Yeah, if you have multiple emails, you can use those too, so we really need all the help that we can get.
Any other questions? I guess we'll just let you know. That's why. But we want to thank you, Mr. Treto, for coming and enlightening us with that information. It's a really worthy project. We'll try to get the word out to all Nogales and maybe Nogales, Sonora. I think they can support us in that because
absolutely. No, we
kind
had
of still work together.
When we had the kickoff event, el Jesus Puyol, el presidente de Nogales, Sonora, he was also there, so to support us. So it's really, it's ambos Nogales. It's not just Nogales, Arizona. It's something that can bring closer the community between both Nogales together. And what it is so what we're going after is a $150,000 grant to help renovate that building.
Good.
So
He would be very helpful to you. Temo Galindo is the former mayor of Nogales, Sonora, so he has a lot of connections over there to help you with too.
perfect. Thank you. Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you. Thank you,
very
Mr.
much.
Treto. Now that we're done call to the public, we don't have any other calls to the public, so we're going to go with our presentation. And tonight, I find joy in my heart to present a plaque of appreciation to David Cuauhtémoc Galindo Delgado, former mayor, presidente de Nogales, Sonora, that you all know here in the council has always worked very close with all of us, with Nogales, Arizona. We're so grateful for everything that he did the last 3 years, from 2015 to 2018. Almost like he was a member of our council. Right. So we wanna tonight we want to honor him with this plaque. Demo, if you'd like to come up, por favor, and just want to present this to you. Arquitecto David Cuauhtémoc Galindo Delgado, Presidente Municipal de Nogales, Sonora, for his meritorious service on uniting and fortifying the bonds of friendship and economic development with our Nogales sister cities in the Arizona-Sonora region. And it's got my name as mayor, and each one of the councilmen is right here, and we'd like to present this with the great honor for us. We thank you so much for all you've done for Nogales, Arizona. Thank you so much.
Gracias.
Mayor, what about if all of us take a picture down there?
You want to take a
Yes.
Bueno, por favor, sí. Fue un gran honor para nosotros que nos acompañen como grupo por todo el buen trabajo que nos ayudaste a hacer. Pónganse.
Felicidades,
I'm going to get mixed up because I look very
Gracias, Teo.
Gracias. Un honor trabajar con ustedes, ¿eh? Dios los bendiga.
Igualmente.
I look good if you enjoy You sound great. You can't say Greg aquí. You're very close.
See the plans?
Are you the piano player?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you come to play the piano for us? There's no
Where is it?
piano.
Where is it? I play the piano, but I don't have to make it materialize. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you all so much. I guess we reached this point for the executive session and number 6, council. We probably need to make a motion here to go into executive session. Is that your desire?
So move, Mayor.
Okay. We have a second. Do we have a second on that?
Second.
Okay.
Just a question, is there really a need to go into executive session on this? I thought it was already, they'd already responded.
Mr. Mayor, we placed this on the agenda at the time because we believed it might be necessary.
Oh, I see.
Quite frankly, I think we discussed the matter with our city manager, and I've taken the appropriate steps to be able to properly advise mayor and council on the matter, and so I really don't foresee a need at this time. It could be addressed by way. It'll be addressed appropriately, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, so we don't need to go into
No, and I know
executive
this is a
session.
long meeting,
So we withdraw
Withdraw
your
Yes, Mayor, I'll
Second
withdraw
and,
my motion.
and so we withdraw our motion to go into executive session.
That's fine.
And that's, since we didn't make a discussion or vote on it, we'll just go ahead and withdraw that and continue with the next item. Thank you for bringing me up to date on that.
No problem. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Number 7, discussion items, and we have discussion and direction on Christmas parade date. So I think we have spoken already about the 8th of December. I don't know. I think we need somebody from maybe PD that would also fill us in a little bit. How far are we into that date? And also with, I guess, maybe I don't know, are the firemen involved also in that, or is it mostly PD that's taking care of it? But if PD will, I know that you guys control all the traffic and everything, but again, the coordinator for that, I guess, was going to reach out to the schools and check on that date. The reason that we had pushed the 8th was normally we kind of have a problem too close to the Arizona-Mexico Commission, I guess, meeting that we have. So would you like to, is there any, I don't know who put this, I didn't put this on the agenda. Was there a reason for it? Did we need to discuss it?
Mr. Mayor, I didn't put it on the agenda, but I asked because, I mean, everybody wants to know. The schools have to know when it's going to be. We can't give them a 2-week notice.
Okay.
So I think we have to decide. I think on the 8th, we talked about the 8th because December 1st was actually too early.
Right.
And then it was too close to the Arizona-Mexico Commission deal too. So as long as we set a date, I don't see, you know, the schools will, I think, will adjust. I don't think there's a problem. I think December 8th would be just as good as, you know, we don't want to go to we didn't want to go another till December 15th, and then it's too close to Christmas.
I guess my question is, has anybody reached out to the schools yet from PD? So right now we're looking, the 8th would be a good day for this council? The 8th gives us a little more, I guess, leeway. We had it last year. We had it the 8th, and it worked out pretty well.
The 8th
Mayor, who takes the lead on that?
PD, no? Well, the mayor's office is very involved. Yes, we're very involved, but I mean, I rely on a lot on the PD because they're in charge of. Okay.
Mayor, if I may, we'll call the schools and alert them that December 8th would be the date.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
I
right.
think that
Okay.
everybody just wants to know, that's.
That's it, well, we just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
Mayor and council, actually the date is, only thing we require is a date that we can ask for the permit. That's the only thing that urges us.
that was-
And we already taken that proactive approach and submitted for the permit, and we just stipulated to them that we can change the date, and they said agree that if we do decide to make it a change, we took that initiative and did request for December 8th, but they did tell us if we needed to change it to another date, that was fine too. And as far as the operation of it itself, we're prepared to handle it whatever Saturday is required. The reaching out to it, I know in the past there's been committees that have been held by the department heads, and one of them, like Mr. Martel, Mr. there, has helped in that. And we have separate people on that committee that do reach out to the schools. But I guess like Councilman Hanishan was saying, we just needed a date to actually now reach out to them. So if December 8th is the date.
It's a perfect date, yeah.
We'll
Okay.
take that action.
All right. So I guess December 8th sounds like a great date. Everything seems to have been going that way, and now that we're all on the same page, I think we need to go ahead and announce it
Do we
and
need
start
to-
planning for it.
Do we need to vote on it or not, or is it?
No, not really. It's
No,
just a matter of
just
just
discuss-
all being on the same page. It's more a discussion item.
All right, so it'll be
Yes,
December.
Councilman Barone.
I remember when we talked about it, it surfaced the idea of getting the chamber involved to help us with a lot of the logistics of it, so it doesn't just become a burden on us. Because, we contribute there, they can help us with a lot of these things, telling the schools, marketing it for us, sending out flyers to all their members there. And also, Mayor, on that date, I won't be here. I've signed up for a training with the Arizona League of Cities and Towns in Mesa on that Friday and Saturday.
Well, you'll be missed because you're always there helping out with. No. He's. I think. Did you MC at one time?
Yes, I did it last
Yes, you
year.
did. Yeah.
I've always done it.
Yeah.
We can have his face in the trolley, looking out the window.
We'll have Councilman Noval replace you.
Oh, he can't.
That's only with your permission.
No, he's going to the training too.
Oh. He didn't want to be there to MC. That's all. Okay. So anyway, we'll go ahead and go with that date, December 8th, and that way we can all start making our preparation. Thank you. The next item under discussion, number 2, discussion and possible actions and directing staff to start or contact for the proposed changes to the city charter. Councilman Barona?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor, we started on this thing of the city charter proposals to bring to the voters, and for one reason or another, not to get into at this present time, we got astray from that. And as we have seen in this coming election, that we need to propose some changes to the voters, especially on our elections of the charter, to make it crystal clear what happens when these situations occur. So I would like to just make a motion, so we don't get straight again, to authorize the city manager to start on the process of bringing to us or contracting a firm to bring to us proposals to modernize our city charter to present to the voters.
Okay.
I'll second that.
You have a motion and a second. Open for discussion. Okay. Call for the question. All those in favor of approving this motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Seeing none? Motion carried unanimously. Thank you. Going to number 3, discussion and possible action, 2018 one-time holiday pay bonus for employees. Again, I put that out here because we're at that time of the year, and I believe that, what I've seen recently in the past, I guess, especially since we had the retreat, we've seen a lot of improvements. We've seen our employees trying to do their best to follow the direction that we gave in our strategic plan. And I believe, you know, that with things the way they are going up and with all their efforts of doing a good job for the city, I think it's time that we make sure that we have a holiday bonus for them to enjoy these holiday seasons. And if I have a motion to approve on
So move.
this, we have a second.
Second for discussion.
Okay, now it's open for discussion.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to make sure that when we, Dr. Fedez, when we were talking about the Christmas bonus or the holiday bonus, originally it was $500 and we agreed to raise it up to $1,000, and which in essence would cost the city $1,300 because we would be paying the taxes, so the employee could get $1,000 clear. Is that correct, Dr. Fedez?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now, this is still up to your recommendation? I thought you were going to make a recommendation in November to tell us if the revenues are coming in as expected, so that we can award either a $500, $1,000, or $750, a $250 bonus. Are we just authorizing this for you to come back to us in November to tell us how much the bonus is going to be?
There's two factors. Number one, the revenues, but more importantly, home rule.
Right.
We need to make sure that it passes. So I would ask that it be set aside, that we come back in November meeting and I can bring the figures that might be more appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah, because again, Mr. Mayor, yeah, we're only 3 months into this year, and that's not enough to judge what is really going on. And again, we have to make sure that home rule, what is going to be the situation with home rule, because or else there's no use voting on it now.
So what's your recommendation, Dr. Fedez?
Well, if we could, I'd like to postpone it to the next meeting in November and bring you some actual numbers in terms of what ramifications there are for if home rule passes, it's fine, and then a proposal for really taking into account the compensation study that'll be done, and maybe a dollar figure that would allow us to address all the inequities and bring people up to levels that they should be at. So we haven't figured that number, but we'll have more exact information as I think the report is due in January, and so I'd like to have a number for you, a projected number, and then really and then determine to what degree we address the total of increases that need to be done for equity across the board.
Yeah, perfect.
So, Mayor, do you want
So at this point, since it's discussion and possible action, seeing that the recommendation right now, the doctor is needs a little more time to come up with the numbers to make sure that we don't overstep our bounds here. We'll go ahead and just as we did, discuss it and continue with it for next month. So I guess we're not going to take a vote on it.
So table it, I guess.
We just, what would be the appropriate, table it or just?
If you table it, it could be taken back within the next month
Okay.
and
Or just bring it up next
Yeah.
month. Yeah.
So do I have a motion to table?
So move.
Second. All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? None? Motion to table. That's passed unanimously.
Mayor, if I may, that's for item 3 and 4.
And I believe that would probably be that's right. That's,
Item 3 and 4.
again, let's make the same thing for item 4. We'll just go ahead and say the same because we need that information. We'll go ahead at this time. Do I have a motion
So move.
to table item 4?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Saying none? Motion carried unanimously. Okay, so now we go to, and we'll bring it up again when you have all the data we need. We go to number 5. Liquor licenses? Consideration and possible action of liquor license 2018-13, approval of recommendation of the issuance of a special event liquor license application for Mr. George Stephen Hardesty for Santa Cruz Nature and Heritage Incorporation for a fundraiser October 20th, 2018.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, we have a second. Open for discussion.
Call for the question.
Okay.
Just as a question, where is this going to be held?
Okay, we have a question here that
420 West International Street.
where is this going to be held?
It's towards the International Street and what is the other crossover by the Joe?
420 West International Street.
Yes.
La Casa del
It's for
Hall?
the
Is
film on
that-
the fence.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
filming of an event
All
there,
right.
and then they're gonna have a party.
Over there by.
So is this going to be at
former
the
Holler
house there, the Holler House, or?
No,
No.
It's on the
gala
street.
is at the Hollers on Friday night, but this is Saturday, and it's the film on the fence, and it'll be both sides of the border, and.
Linda, they can't hear you on the TV there, so.
Okay.
Okay, this is for the Film on the Fence for the Borderland Film Festival, and there will be a party with tacos and wine and beer at 420 West International, which is the business owned by George Hardesty. And there will be chairs along, as we do every year, have screens on both sides. But this year we decided to open it up a little bit more and have food and music and booze.
And that'll be happening on both sides of the border?
Yes, it's going to be happening on both sides of the borders.
Festivities and everything?
There's a band that will be playing on the U.S. side before the film, which is El Norte this year. And then there will be 3 bands on the Mexico side after the film. And they will be going until 3 o'clock in the morning.
It's an all afternoon and night affair.
It's an evening affair, yes. It'll start about 7 o'clock, 7:30, and then the movie will start about 8. And so we'll have 2 screens, one on each side. The movie will run simultaneously.
Okay, so we can just
You
go
can,
to the other side and then come back.
whatever you'd like.
Too bad they don't have a gate there, we can walk
I
right by.
know. What a concept.
Well, thank you.
Sure.
Linda, for that information. So now we got all the details on it. I'll call for the question. All those in favor of approving this liquor license signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Seeing none, motion carried unanimously. Now we go to.
Mr. Mayor, just a point of order here for the city attorney. These next orders that we have, 61, 62, 63, 64, I don't know why they weren't put on the
Like
consent
consent?
agenda. They're all talking at I think we can take them all at one time.
Do you want to?
Should have.
So we can do that. We can put them on. We can we legally?
Councilman Barona, Mr. Mayor.
Make a motion to
That's
take
fine.
them?
That's fine. All 3 of them can
Well,
be.
we'll make a motion and for consent.
I make a motion to accept order number 2018-10-61, 62, 63, and 64.
For consent. Aye.
Second that, Mayor.
All right. All those in favor of approving this motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? None? Motion carried unanimously. So we go to, is it 65?
65.
Okay. Number 5, consideration and possible action of order 2018-10-065 in order of the council of the city of Nogales, Arizona, adopting City of Nogales Strategic Plan 2018 through 2023.
So move, Mayor.
I have a motion to approve, and do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, open for discussion.
I just want to thank Mr. Dillon in particular for the good work that you've done on this. This is the first time we've had a nice little manual like this, so we can keep track of our strategic plan, monitor what's going on. We have marks here to see the progress that's going on, so thank you very much for the good work that you've done.
I agree. Very
Good
good
work.
job. Very professional.
You'd like to step up? Sure, please.
Mayor, members of the council, I just want to take a brief second to say it's been great working with you guys on this, as well as staff. I wouldn't have been able to put it all together without all the staff, department heads and their staff creating the initiatives and your guys' direction and vision for the thing. So I'm looking forward to continuing to work on it and updating it as necessary. And I'm excited that the city has a strategic framework to move forward with. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Frank.
Good job.
Mr. Mayor, also we attended the HELO conference in Washington, D.C. A lot of the cities take things like this to show to everybody what they're doing in there. This would have been great. We would have had it to pass on over there. And just wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're progressing and moving forward. Great job.
So we're still, we'll call for the question on approving this motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? See none? Motion carried unanimously. Going to number 6, consideration and possible action of order 2018-10-066, an order of the council of the city of Nogales, Arizona, authorizing the purchasing department to purchase 1 Peterbilt truck and Scorpion automated side loader for the sanitation department for an amount not to exceed $275,678.80. Do I have a motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, open for discussion.
Mr. Mayor, you know, I like our community to progress, and I think that our equipment should be modernized. But sometimes I have a difficulty with this, and then our equipment goes through self-destruction. Our good equipment and our own workers are ruining our equipment. And then when we come back, we ask for a police report, we can't get a police report, we can't get pictures, nobody followed up that should have followed up. So I don't mind supporting this, but if you're not going to take care of our equipment, then I'm going to have a difficult time supporting these kind of requests.
I concur with Councilman Barona. I think that when we get such an expensive piece of equipment, proper training should be given, and the proper personnel should be using it without any negligence. So please make sure that whatever equipment we get, that the people that put their hands on it to operate it are well prepared and trained before they start using it.
Exactly.
We'll do that.
Thank you. Okay, so any other comments? Councilman,
Yeah, I was just gonna make a question, Mr. Felix, Dr. Felix. The not to exceed, do we already have an estimate or excuse me, a bid on it?
Yes, we do.
Mr. Mayor, members of council, yes, we do have a bid on, it's a state contract. We use, we buy all the equipment through that contract, and we get the best price using those contracts.
You in essence, you didn't go out for bid, you go through the state contract.
Yeah, state contract. Yeah, but,
Just like the police vehicles?
yes.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
thank you, Mr. Bárcenas, for shedding light on that.
Another question, Mr.
Yes,
Mayor.
Councilman.
Was on the damaged, we had a damaged vehicle, right? Was there any insurance available to recover on that damaged vehicle, or was it because of employment problems?
Yes, we paid deductible on our insurance, and the rest was covered by the insurance. And the truck was repaired and is working. since then.
So this is gonna be something besides what we already have?
Yes,
An addition?
Yes, it's
Okay.
gonna replace one of the oldest trucks that we have that they're not side loaders.
Okay.
They're not side loaders.
They're not side loaders.
So we're replacing instead of...
The Max?
Yes, the Mac is one of the ones that we need to replace.
How about the old internationals? Are they still in service?
That's why I put not to exceed, because we're negotiating which truck is better to trade in or to auction or whatever we do with that. So we can get credit for that, whatever truck we trade in, give us a different price. So the Mac that is damaged right now, I believe the offer that they're making us is too low, it's $15,000 for that truck. So we're looking at different options and see what else can we get for a better trade-in.
Okay. Mr. Marcinas, I was wondering, this is going to be a new side loader vehicle, I guess. The one that got damaged that was new before, well, that wasn't a side loader?
Yeah. What's the side
So we're
loader?
going to have two side loaders.
We are going to have three now if we buy this one.
Oh.
Three now.
Okay, good.
Three, but we're getting rid of one of them, right?
No.
No,
One is
side loader.
damaged?
No, the damage is repaired and it's working, nothing working.
It's the regular damage trucks from the rear end.
So how many employees do you need to operate one of these? So, one? And before the old...
Three.
Three? So what's going to happen to these employees?
Well, we have been kind of holding on filling up some positions that have been vacant to retirement or moving to another department. So we have positions that are vacant, so we can
Transfer
avoid
them
those.
over?
Yeah. So we don't have to hire those if we don't need them.
Okay, so you're going to reposition?
So we're not going to lay off anybody by doing this.
Transfer them over to the...
Which is good. I'm glad they're taking that,
That's
the transfer, because we don't want to leave them out empty-handed like that. We want to modernize our fleet, but we don't want to leave the employees. But it's cost savings because you left the position vacant to move them over.
Good. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So we'll call for the question. All those in favor of approving this motion to order that new vehicle, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? None? Motion carried unanimously. And we go to the resolutions, number 7-1. Consideration and possible action of resolution R2018-10-001, a resolution of the Council of the City of Nogales, Arizona, committing to participate in the 2020 Census Complete Count Committee and to encourage every city resident to be counted. Dr. Pettit, did you add any light to that?
No, not, let's see. I thought the individual from the census would be here to explain the process, but they were willing to extend a lending hand and organize the volunteers, so we're ready to go.
We're just going to be more of a support group?
Right.
Okay, any other questions?
Dr. Felix, have they mentioned anything on the amount of volunteers they need?
They're talking about 10 to 15, and then there'll be staff to support them.
Now, is there certain age groups that?
I think over 18 would be.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is we go, get a lot of volunteers from the high school, but if it's age limit, we get a lot of the scholars and participants in the honor society that obviously intelligence they have, but I'm not sure if there's limits to them.
The challenge will be that the census will this year be online.
Oh.
So we're relying on the library and other sources that we can have someone walk the individuals through. There'll be some folks with iPads. There'll be, but the online process I'm worried about because a lot of folks aren't comfortable with it. So we need folks that understand it and can help individuals fill out the application.
And you said there was an age limit or age?
Well, I was thinking, probably nowadays you can get 7th, 8th graders to.
No, that's what I mean, so.
To help people through the process.
Right.
But in terms of the questions asked, I would suspect 18 would be the minimum.
Can we follow this up on the next meeting?
We will.
Have that person come in and give us.
I'll have the regional director come in and explain.
Just get the specification of, because I know, part of the high school group, it's the honors and all that, they're always looking for putting in time, hours and stuff like that, and and normally they're junior, seniors that would volunteer, and whatever we can get, would be helpful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mayor, that census budget of the federal government has been drastically cut. Drastically cut. And it's going to affect us in this community because of the citizenship question that's on there. And it could affect our potential funding, our potential count, because there's going to be a lot of people that aren't going to want to respond. And you don't have to respond if you don't want to respond to the census. So we are in a position right now from all of the workshops that I have gone to cut back funding, and that census, the question of your citizenship, I hope it doesn't hurt us, but all indications is that it is going to hurt communities, especially like ours. And that could hurt our potential funding, not for 1 year, not for 2 years, but for 10 years. So, I don't think there's anything that can be done now, thanks to the trumpeters, but that's okay. We'll move on and see.
I hope, like you're not saying that there's a lot of illegal aliens in Nogales.
We can continue, Mayor.
Well, I guess if there's not any other comments, or you have anything else?
On that, Mr. Verona, I recall that on one of the conferences, some people are just going to leave it open and not answer. But they're going to complete the rest part of the census.
They can do that.
Yes.
Well, they can do that, but from the National Association of Elected and Appointed Latino Officials, NALEO, that's not their perception that it's going to happen. They're going to be afraid because they don't know if the federal government is going to come back and say, well, why didn't you answer it? So it's just one of those things that's never been done. It's not supposed to be citizenship questionnaire. It's to find out how many people live in and where they live. That's all the purpose of it is. But once again, we have to go through all these up and downs, thanks to the trumpeters. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman Verona, Councilman Maldonado. Do we see no other comments or questions from the council? I'll call for the, for the question, and even though we'll still pass this through again?
No, Mayor, just the orientation that the regional director will present in terms of the.
Okay, so it'll just be like an update.
Right, an educational.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and call for the question, and all those in favor of approving this resolution signify by saying aye.
Mayor, before you do that,
Sorry, sir, we need a motion.
nobody made a motion, Mayor.
No, we had made a motion to approve.
No, I'll make a motion.
Oh, okay. I thought we had a motion on the. Okay, we have a motion.
Second.
Second.
Thank you.
All right.
Councilman Trumpeter, second that.
Now, we have the motion to approve, and we already, I think, pretty much had the discussion on it. So, all those in favor of approving this resolution signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? None? Motion carried unanimously. Now we go to Mayor and Council's report on current events. Anybody want to start it off? Have something to say that we haven't discussed already or mentioned? Well, I'll just go ahead and and say for the time being, on the next meeting, I will be reading a proclamation that we already approved for the Bob Baffert Day. That's and so for the next meeting we'll go ahead and read the proclamation and present it and set that day for honoring Mr. Bob Baffert for all the achievements he has accomplished in his field. So that's again, we've also had quite a few events and meetings that we have attended. I don't know if I think all of us have probably one or the other attended those. If anybody likes to make mention of those, that's fine. You can mention events like we have today. We had the job fair, and I believe you and Councilman Ward were there. Then we were we had the officials from the state, from ACA members, and the other board, I guess, that has helped us in the past with the grants to actually, one was for the million-gallon tank, the other one was for the paving project on the industrial park, where we got $500,000 from there. Arizona Commerce Authority, and it was very nice because they're more and more the state officials from Arizona are coming down, helping Nogales to kind of shine, put us on the map because of the importance we have, and it's good to participate. So, is there something that I'm forgetting? I can't see that far back. Is that what you're raising?
State of the City address.
Okay, yes. Thank you. We will be having a State of the City address the 25th of this month, October. It's a Thursday.
No, that's
October
this month?
25th of this October 25th.
Yeah, that's a Thursday.
It's a Thursday, and it'll roughly, I think doors open at 6 p.m. there at the Pearson, the old high school, the gym that Dr. Varona liked so much. He was always there.
It's called now the Pete Dracula's Gymnasium.
Pete Dracula's Gymnasium, thank you. And the doors will open at 6, probably get underway by 6:30 or so. But we'll be sending out the invitation probably by the end of the week, and so just so if you're here, to put that on your calendar. I think earlier in the day we'll be having the Port Authority meeting for those that like to go to the Port Authority meeting. So just put it on your calendar, and you can make it. Great. I think this is more of the success items that this administration has had, your guidance and direction, and also staff, and pretty much we're just going to highlight and inform the public of all the accomplishments that our minds coming together, working with staff, have been able to, how we've been able to get the job done. So, yes,
Mayor, on this Friday and Saturday, I'll be attending a conference by invitation sponsored by NALEO on economic development and job training in this area. It's only for people from Arizona. It's going to be held at Los Ventana. So I'll be there all day Friday and Saturday attending that conference that I was invited to.
All day?
Friday and Saturday, and it's no expense to the city. They're paying my registration fee, my travel, my conference registration, and meals.
All liquors included.
No, it does not. They pay everything.
But we want to, acknowledge your participation in NALEO. I think you're one of the, from our council, one of the more active members involved in that. Please continue to keep us with the updates, and it's a great organization. So, you know, we need, you know, I wish I could be out there with you, because it seems like that's a great agenda. And they have a great one every time that they have an event like this. So please bring back some of that information to us, for the ones that can go. We appreciate your presence and your participation, and continue to go forward. I think before we know it, you might be the president of that organization.
Oh, no. That's a little too much. That's too much. I got enough involvement here.
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor.
But please continue to keep us informed. Thank you. Anyone else that has yes, Councilman Diaz?
I just want to remind everybody about November 11th, Veterans Day. We're going to have the parade. We're going to have the speeches at the Wall of Honor, and we're having a reception at the BFW. Everything kicks off at 10 o'clock. And we're trying to get the Border Patrol Honor Guard to do a flag ceremony at the courthouse at 9:45. So that's coming right up. Before you know it, it's going to be here. So.
And Mayor, just for everybody, and our next council meeting is on the 14th of November.
Thank you for reminding us of that. We pushed it up a week for those that. Yes, am I forgetting something?
Okay.
It's like Clovia.
Ciclovia, no? Ciclovia. Yes, we've been having, I think it's going to be the third time they get together, the Ciclovia. I think it's every second Sunday of the month. And it's a great event there downtown. There's a lot of things to do. There's fun and games, you know, for all, especially for the kids. A lot of the parents take their kids and get involved with them. Adults have all kinds of dances and moves they can make over there, and there's food and refreshment, right? So it's a great way to spend your morning, and then catch for those that like to go to church, catch the evening service and enjoy your family that Sunday morning over there downtown. It's a great setting. Is there something that you'd like?
Yes, if I may.
Sure, please do.
All right, do it.
Yes.
The 8th, count them, 8th Film Festival will be held October the 18th through the 21st. The 18th is a young filmmakers seminar at the Oasis. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, there will be free movies at the Oasis. You'll be able to see a young Sophia Loren and Anthony Quinn in Heller and Pink Tights that was filmed in 1960 here in Santa Cruz County, Rio Rico, and out at the Empire Ranch. So that's one. And then Confessions of a Dangerous Mind will be another feature.
You got him right here.
I was going to say.
We'll have to go far for that.
Okay, settle down, guys. Okay, the gala is Friday night at Holler & Saunders, and the Film on the Fence is Saturday night. And I want to say that they're from about noon forward every day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There are free movies at the Oasis. Just free movies.
This Friday?
No, it's the 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st.
Could your group make an agenda, maybe copies of agenda?
There will be one.
You could put it here.
We will do that.
And that way, the people that come in to pay their water bill and everything.
Absolutely, we'll do that. It will be in the paper. I didn't get the paper today, but it will be in probably Fridays and then next Wednesdays. But it's the 8th annual, if you can believe it. Can you believe that, Luis? Huh? All right.
What time? What times?
They start about noon. They start noon, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And what do we say when we go to the theater?
You're here for the film festival.
Film festival.
Is anything being done at the old courthouse where it was all kicked off 8 years ago?
I know, that was a fun time, wasn't it?
But there's nothing being done?
No, not at the
this year?
courthouse, no. It's, the gala's at Holler and Saunders.
Very good.
And there's a welcome reception at the Americana on Thursday, the 18th, and then Friday is the gala at Holler and Saunders, and then Saturday night is the film on the fence. But other than that, you can go to movies all those 3 days, 4 days really, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and at the Oasis for free. Just buy popcorn. Support the Oasis.
Are they gonna show bottom of the bottle?
No, we did that already, new bar. And we all saw you in the movie there when you were a kid.
They look pretty much the same thing.
I was wearing shorts, wasn't it?
Claim to fame.
Okay, any questions?
Thank you.
That's it, thanks.
Hey, thank you very much. Okay, so I guess that pretty much takes care of the report of current events. Is there any other reports or any other comments? Seeing none, I call this meeting adjourned.
I didn't even see him leave.
I didn't either.
No, this is